everybody, and welcome to the Real Tarot 1123. I hope all of you are doing very well. To my subscribers, thank you for joining me, and as always, I appreciate your support, your comments. You all know that. So please do give me a thumbs up and hit the like button, and of course hit the bell icon. To those of you who are dropping by, thank you for visiting. I hope you decide to stay. Do give me the thumbs up and hit the bell icon. I post videos on a regular. I also want to let you all know I do have another channel. It's called the Real Astrology 1123, where I post weekly, month ahead and year ahead astrology forecast for all signs on a regular. So please do visit there as well. Now this channel, the Real Tarot 1123, I do only tarot, and I do have live streams every Friday 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and the first and third Saturday 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, US of course. Please do subscribe and hit the bell icon so you'll be notified whenever I post new videos, and you can join in the fun. I have to say though, some of these cases that I cover are really not fun cases per se, because these are criminal cases. These are with regards to people who have gone missing, who, kidnapped, murdered, and, all these kind of situations, which are very, very unfortunate. And we seem to see a rise of it more so these days. And also with social media being what it is, news gets out there faster. So we are hearing of more cases as well. So the intention of me covering these cases is to hopefully, somebody will see something, connect the dots and say, okay, maybe we didn't look into this, maybe we need to pursue that. And hopefully the families find some sort of a resolution. They're able to figure things out and take some comfort, and maybe their loved ones who have gone missing, etc., will be found. Or if they know that their loved one has been murdered or raped or whatever that case may be, that they are able to find the perpetrators and, put them behind bars. So that's the intention really. But I also have started a series where I post one video every single day. It's usually no more than 45 minutes, where I cover a lot of cases, other cases. So today is Tricky Tuesday, and today I decided to cover this case. It's not a case, I shouldn't say case. Do a reading for this artist. Her name is Marina Abramovic. Or Abramovic. I don't know how to pronounce it. I do apologize. No intention of disrespect there. I'm just not sure how to pronounce her last name. She does live in the US. She's a US citizen. She's an artist, and she's a different kind of an artist. I kind of heard about her, or rather read about her way back a few years ago, and just recently, and read, and that's it. I haven't seen any of her live shows or live presentations per se, but just recently I did a live stream and somebody commented about her, or rather suggested her name, and I was like, that's odd, because immediately I was like, yeah, I know who Marina is, in the sense I know of her, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I don't know whether this individual who suggested is familiar with her work, or just Googled and said, hey, let's some random name. Either way. So Marina is, she's born on November 30th, 1940. Is it 46? No, she can't be 1946. I think I wrote that down wrong. And only I could make mistakes like that. I think it's Marina. Hang on. How the hell do I? Oh, she was. Oh my goodness. Why was I thinking? Yeah, she was born November 30th, 1946. Interesting. I'm like, I did the calculations, and then all of a sudden I was like second guessing myself. Don't ask me. Let me do that though. So the reason I decided to do this, excuse me, here goes my sniffles. The reason I decided to do this this kind of a tarot spread for her is because she's a different kind of a person. She dances to her own tune. She lives her life on her terms, and a lot of people might think she's quirky. There was a lot of chatter about her, that, oh, she's a witch and she's a this and she's a that. Look, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know her personally, so I couldn't vouch for that. I just think she's a very interesting character. And a lot of people have said, oh, she's this, she's that. Look, I'm not calling her names or anything. Anybody who has that level of artistic enterprise in them and has the bravery to go present it regardless of whether the world accepts it or not. I mean, kudos to her, right? I do appreciate her for that. Although I don't understand some of her artwork, I just don't. I don't get it, and it's all good. So today's series is called Tricky Tuesday. Now let me preface this by saying there's nothing tricky about her. I'm not saying she's a trickster, she's tricky. No, I mean, I just thought this would be an interesting topic for today. So having said that, let's get started, okay? So I'm going to kind of focus this camera down here like so you can actually see the table where I lay all my cards, and of course this is my main camera. Let's get her. So Marina Abramovic. I hope my sound is up though. Okay. Let's make sure. Yeah. Okay. Born on November 30, 1946. So interesting. So she's a Sagittarius, the perpetual philosopher of the zodiac, always wandering, always exploring, always pushing the boundaries. And I do believe her 5th house and her 7th house are on focus. So, you know, there's a lot of speculation. I don't think she has kids. A lot of speculation about her. There will always be speculation about her. And with the 7th house, it has a lot to do with her, you know, her marriage, her partners, her contracts, her relationships, her friends. Now, what do I mean by that? 7th house talks about some of the 7th house aspects are friends, marriage, partners, contracts, relationships. Some of the aspects of the 5th house are love affairs, speculation, kids, etc., etc. I don't think she has kids, at least not per my knowledge. So if somebody finds something, do correct me. And when we talk about 7th house, that is partners, marriage, contracts, relationships, it could be contracts, relationships, and partnerships, not necessarily with your intimate, you know, relations type of. It could be your work, your family, your relationship with society, your relationship with, you know, whoever, right? So those things are the highlight over here. Those things have always been important aspects and prominent aspects in her chart all her life. Therefore, she's such a public figure. Now, on the other aspect, I should have marked the intro. Oh, never mind. On the other aspect, we have 5 and 7. So 5, as we know in the zodiac, are slightly contentious. What's the word? Contentious. 5 in the tarot, not the zodiac. 5 in the tarot is strife. Okay, whether you look at whichever suits, the cups, the air, the water, the water, the air, the earth, or fire, whichever suit you look at, it's contentious. And then let's take a look at the 7th. Okay, 7 in the zodiac. I'm sorry, not the zodiac, the tarot. 7 also talks about the extremes, right? It talks about overindulgence, self-indulgence, gaslighting, as opposed to the other end of the spectrum, which is like, you know, yeah, you win, but you also win due to slightly nefarious. It's not a clear win-win, like something a little miffy over there, that type of a thing. Now, she being a Sagittarius, and yeah, hear me, I say this is a tarot channel, but I always introduce a little bit of astrology here. She being a Sagittarius, her 5th house is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is Aries, and her 7th house is 5, 6, Gemini, which is Mercury. Now, Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars, as we know, is guts, like no guts, no glory type of thing. It's like go for the goal, first action, and then ask questions. And throw in the factor that she is Sagittarius and ruled by Jupiter, which is the sister sign to Aries. So clearly that fiery, fierce energy is go bigger, go bigger. Like she wouldn't do anything in moderation. No, she always has to do something that's totally different and shocking. And then throw in her 7th house, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th house, which is Gemini for her. And Gemini is ruled by Mercury. And Mercury, there's always changes. There's always something happening. There's always something different. There's always something trailblazing. It's always like Mercury is very hard to contain, right? So it is Mercury is poisonous too. As we all know that. So as far as our artistic endeavors are concerned, people either love her or hate her. There is no in between. There is no in between for her, and she's very well aware of that. And she doesn't give a flying fiddlestick. She's like, this is me. Take it or leave it. For that, I give her kudos. I tip my hat to her, because it takes a very, very confident individual to say, look, this is me, y'all. I mean, take it or leave it, right? And it's not because they disregard society or they're so arrogant or they're so egotistical. It's not that. It is more coming from a place of, yeah, simply this is me. Like, what do you want me to do? I mean, this is just who I am. You know, I am being my authentic self, and I understand I'm not everybody's cup of tea or coffee or beverage or whatever, right? So to that, I mean, you know, hats off to her. And think about her. She is, what now, 76 years old? Oh my God. She is a year older than my mom. My mom was born in, wait, my mom was born in 46, 47? No, 47 March 1st. So, phenomenal. I mean, think about it, you know, how open and receptive was society to her artistic shows per se, or presentations at that time, as opposed to today. Would she have been more acceptable or more the norm, right? So, interesting. So, my God, all this was introductory. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to leave it. All right, let's get on with it. So you can see the table here. And of course, I'm going to show the cards, etc. I need my glasses, don't I? Hello, hello. So let's move these babies out of the way over there. Fantastic. Gotta love it. Oh. I try to keep this 45 minutes most. Oh, Venus, beautiful. Who's that? Air. Gemini pops up too. And fire. Look, Venus talks about Earth, okay? Venus rules, as we know, Taurus, and Venus also rules Libra. Then we have the air card, okay? Air card is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then the fire card. So, am I surprised? No, not at all. 10th house aspect for her would be career, reputation, morals, and life goals. She has always been the type of a person who is like, this is how I envision my life. This is how I envision my life. And I know people are not going to be on board with it. People don't understand it. People really don't care about it. But hey, you know, this is who I am. Now, I will tell you though, I should move this. This is my tissue. What am I doing? And I got bunny hair on my... Sorry, y'all, I'm not picking at my boobies. I just got hair over here. Yeah, that was well done on camera, wasn't it? Yes, Bernie, hush. So, I'm going to say it's very interesting. We'll see what other cards follow, because here she's got 3 out of the 4 elements. The only thing lacking is the cups element. And I'm a little bit surprised. I will be super surprised if none of the cups elements or the water element shows up, because that symbolizes emotions. And I would be very surprised if she's one of those individuals who's lacking emotions. You know, I don't think so. So let's see, maybe there's a reason why. Because we have earth, we have air, and we have fire. Well, air is Gemini, Mercury, fire, Sagittarius, and Aries, which is popped up. And Venus is the Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Now, I would say she has a very, just by the fact that Venus was the first card to pop out, she is very tied to the earth. She is very tied to the elements of the earth. As we know, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, you know, that sort of thing. And throw in the fact that she's a full-on Sagittarius, November 30th, right? So she has this great cognizance and innate understanding. I don't think anybody really taught her. It's just how she developed emotionally, spiritually. She understands very clearly the connection, or rather this is her perspective, Connection between life on earth. What does it mean? How are we all connected? How are the elements connected? Who are we? Are we a part of the universe? You know, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, energy, all the molecules, the atoms, you know, that's sort of a slightly different way of looking at things. And also that philosophical approach to life is very, very strong in her. And she is very cognizant of the fact that not many people are going to understand where she comes from. And she doesn't give a flip. She's like, this is me, y'all. Take it or leave it. That I gotta love. In all honesty, I'm a little like that, because it's like, I have to be authentic to myself, right? If you are, and hats off to her. I mean, kudos to her. Now, let's pull some more cards. Interesting, we got the Strength card. Now, in the traditional tarot, 11 is Justice. And the image is of the Strength card. So, but here it shows the line, which is the Strength card, but the number is 11. Traditional tarot, the Strength card is number 8. That's what I'm trying to say. I hope I didn't confuse you. Beautiful. She's got the sun. Lot of fiery energy in her. Look, she's got fire. She's got the force, that is the Strength card. She's got the sun card. Beautiful. I love it. Very fiery, fierce. And she's got the World card. Unbelievable. Beautiful. I love it. I absolutely love it. Let's take this further. And I'm trying to be organized. I don't know why all of a sudden I become very particular about how my cards are on the table. Which one shall I take? I'm going to go to my old faithful here. I'm not going to use any different. I don't know. Do I want to use this? Yeah, I'll just use this. I suppose I have to move this over, right, so you folks can see it, otherwise the whole premise of having this camera focus on the table is lost. So we have the air, Venus, air, and fire. Okay, there you go. Well, I can't help it, y'all. That's as good as it's going to get. Okay. All right. Show you that. Then we have the Empress, beautiful, right? Then we have, ooh, the Empress and the Emperor, interesting. And then we have the Six of Swords. Very, very interesting. So what this tells me with the Empress card, of course talks about, it's ruled by Venus. It talks about luxury, abundance, and all that good stuff. The Emperor card talks about being very independent. It's an Aries card, independent, you know, being a leader, being an initiator, trailblazer. And then we talk about the Six of Swords. Six of Swords, as we know, it talks about constant, having that need to relocate or transition. But right under the World card, okay, let's go back to the Force card, the Strength card. Very, very strong connection to the earth. And then we have the Empress right under that. So that tells me, which is again, the Empress is ruled by Venus. Very, very, very strong connection to the earth. I wouldn't be surprised if she's the kind of a person who likes to live in nature. Right? Surround herself by nature. That's that's how she centers herself, she cleanses herself, she reorganizes her spirit, her energy, her, you know, her mind, reconnects, recharges, cleanses, you know, doing all that. She as much as she's a Sagittarius, her connection to the earth is very, very strong. I wish I had her time of birth. I could have done an astrology chart for her. Anyhow, then we have the Sun card, which is right under the Mercury card, right on top of the Mercury card, which is air, right? And then you have the Emperor there. Well, clearly, very, very smart. She's very intelligent. Her IQ level is up there. She is very smart and very innovative in her way of thinking. Always wants to look at and think of things from a different perspective. Always. For her, it is never a piece of cake cut in a triangle, right? It's like, okay, what kind of a triangle is that? You know what I mean? I mean, not literally that, but she's always looking at things at different levels, in different angles, you know, from different perspectives. For her, nothing is one-dimensional, two-dimensional, or three-dimensional. They're all multi-dimensional, and she wants to look at every angle of it. She's almost avaricious for knowledge. I don't know, she has this weird, this is the energy I'm getting, she's got this weird drive to want to acquire knowledge, want to know. Don't know why. Anywho. But she has the Emperor card, which talks about Aries, again a fire energy, her sister sign, right? Being the leader, being the innovator, being the trailblazer. So whenever I am very curious to know how all this started with her. Like, what was the turning point in her life when she started becoming so into nature, so into looking at things from a different perspective. She's drawn to all of that. Anyway, then we have the Six of Swords. So Six of Swords, as we know, talks about, you know, wanting to leave, wanting to relocate, wanting to move away from something towards something else, right? It talks about necessary transition, right? Because you have to, and that's right under the Fire card, and right under the World card, and the World card is at the Fire card, if you know what I mean. That's what I'm trying to say, right? Fire, World, Six of Swords, Air, Sun, Emperor, Venus, Force, Empress. With this card being with the World card and the Fire sign, it clearly states to me that she really doesn't much care for what the world or people think about her. She's like, okay, that's your opinion, okay, got it, moving on. Literally like, okay, fine, all right, moving on. The opinions of the people or the opinions of the world per se have never been something that has hindered her from pursuing whatever she wanted to pursue and be her true self. Now, I will tell you this though. I wouldn't be surprised if whoever her partner, her spouse, or intimate, committed relationship, other half, would have been, over a period of time, realize that she is almost like a drug for him or her. I don't know if she's had same-sex relationships or opposite sex. I don't know, none of that. So she would have been almost like a drug. It's like, I can't do with her, I can't do without her. Like, so that connection is very, very strong. Very, very strong. Interesting. She can be a little overpowering, right? It'll be like, oh my God, does everything have to be so magnified? Do you have to magnify everything? Does everything have to be all so big? So, hey, Jupiter, it's always going to be big. Jupiter doesn't do anything in moderation. Forget moderation. What is moderation? Jupiter doesn't know that word. Okay? So, everything has to be very large, very big personality, that sort of a thing. So, for her, there is no moderation. Whatever it is extra. Okay. Very interesting person. Very interesting. Now, I will tell you also that with the fact that she's got the Venus, the strength and thing, I think she herself is quite interested or investigated the King of Swords, investigated the or been interested in or wanted to learn or wanted to understand not witchcraft, interested in wanting to learn, wanting to understand, wanting to pursue I'm not even going to say hoodoo or voodoo or anything like that. No, but wanting to pursue or delve into how you can use your own energy to connect with the spirit world and how you utilize that and that sort of a thing. See, I don't want to say she was Celtic or she was interested in hoodoo or voodoo, nothing particular like that. Just had leanings towards wanting to understand that sort of a thing, right? The power, like the moon, the energy of the moon, then, you know, the full moon, the new moon, like what happens and how do we re-energize ourselves, you know, the crystals and the earth element and the water element, and how to cleanse yourself, spiritual cleansing, that sort of a thing. Very interesting person. Very, 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 very interesting. Oh, and the Strength card, she gets a very strong personality. Very, very strong personality. Oh, wait, that's wrong. I don't know why I'm fussing so much. Even yesterday, I caught myself fussing so much about cards. I usually don't fuss like this, but I don't know what's come over me. But anywho. So, then we have the King of Swords. We have the Three of Wands and the Strength card. So the King of Swords has popped up with the Empress card. Now, I would not be surprised if her significant other has very, very strong air energy. So therefore, fanning the flames of passion, they are a good match. And I'm also going to say that she does not mince words. She is not afraid to speak her mind. You ask her a question, she spits it out. Whether you accept her answer or not, that's your problem, not hers. She can come across as being a little bit, I wouldn't say rude, but a little bit short when she speaks. Then we have the Three of Wands under the Emperor card. There is that close circle of friends or whoever she has, her support group. Excuse me. Oh my God, what did I do with this? Of course, I don't know what I did with anything. My teacher. A close circle of friends where they really, really are a support group. I don't think it's more than 3 to 5 people. I don't think so. Very, very much a very tight group of friends or confidants, and that's it. Because they're the ones who get her. They're the ones who understand her. And she is always... Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. I was doing fine yesterday. Yesterday I did okay. But today, again, something in the air maybe. She has a close, tight knit of friends and whatever. It's not a very big lot. It's just maybe 3-5 people. But the thing about her, which I give kudos to, is the fact that she is not afraid to celebrate life as she sees it. She's not afraid. Then we go on to see the Strength card, which is under the Six of Swords and the World card and the Fire card. She has no problem walking away from a situation that doesn't behoove her. She'd be like, oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Now, I'm not saying that she does that because she's selfish or she's egotistical or anything. She's very practical, and she's like, oh, okay, fine. If it doesn't work, okay, that's... You're entitled to your opinion. Like I say all the time, I'm entitled to my opinions, and it's all okay. We can agree to disagree. But she has no problem walking away. Does she get emotionally tied up, emotionally like all heavy and all, you know, soppy and stuff? Yeah, I'm sure I'm not saying she has absolutely no emotions, but I will say that it's easy for her to deal with things. And remember in the beginning I said, I am not seeing any Cups card so far. Y'all, I have not seen any Cups card because I don't think she's a kind of a person who lacks emotions. But in all honesty, look at her cards here. She's got Venus, the air, the fire, the force, the sun, and the Strength card, the sun, the world, the Empress, the Emperor, the Six of Swords, the King of Swords, Three of Wands, Strength card. No Cups energy, no emotional energy popping up. I'm really surprised. You know, but then again, I said it in the beginning. So let me draw these last few and see. So surprised. I'm so surprised. See, Page of Swords, Ace of Wands, Six of Wands. Oh my goodness, y'all. So Page of Swords talks about always wanting to do something new, always wanting to try something new. Yes, it's a younger, more youthful energy. her approach to any new projects are always like, she's got this youthful approach to anything, right? It's you wouldn't believe that, okay, I'm not going to say, listen, I'm 55, so I'm not going to say, oh, she's an old lady. She's not. There's no such thing as old per se. But the way she reacts to situations, the way she approaches certain situations, it's a lot more youthful than one would expect from somebody her age. Meaning she's very she's not conservative as one would think or one would expect her to be. Then we have the Ace of Swords. She's somebody who's not afraid to grab the baton and say, yeah, okay, I got it. Now, yeah, let's do it. I'm the one who holds the magical wand here. Let's go. This is how it's going to be. This is how I determine. This is with this, I draw the line in the sand if I want to or not. You either keep up or you bugger off. And then she's got the Six of Wands. She has always been as controversial a figure as she has been in the art circle. She has always in her mind been a winner, because not that she hasn't had success, she has success, because for her, winning is, or being successful in a project or in an endeavor or in a skit, or we call them skits, at least where I come from, when you have a little skit on stage, if you will, SKIT. You like a 5-10 minute little skit and you're done. It's like a random subject and you go act it out, and with the most minimum of stage paraphernalia, and you're done, right, to get the message across. Interesting. We used to have drama competitions in school, I remember, and we had like, what do they call, you throw the things in a piece of paper and a thing, and you pick it out, and you have 10 minutes to go act out whatever that subject may be. Very interesting. I loved it. So anyhow, she's the kind who's like, as long as I feel that I put in whatever I wanted to in this particular artwork of mine or piece or performance, and I feel at the end of it all that I got whatever I expected or more, to me that is success. I really don't much base my success on how the public or the critiques think of my work. This chick is awesome, man. She's something else. I love it. I love it. I'm not going to take those cards. I'm going to shuffle. If they're meant to come out, they'll come out. And here we go. What do we have? We have the World card. Okay. And then we have the Judgment card. Interesting. I'm going to pull one more. 5 of Pentacles. Oh my God. No cups at all. So the World card to me says that she is spiritually, okay, and emotionally, she feels that she has had a very complete and fulfilling life. All right. And she's satisfied and happy with that. And she always, I feel, knew that at some point in time, people are going to come to terms and accept that my presentations, my artworks, my whatever you want to call it, shows were way ahead of my time, and there will be a time where people are going to appreciate it and realize that. It may come after she passes, posthumously. Sometimes that happens, as we've seen in many cases. And look at Meatloaf, for example. Like, you go back and he's so hardly ever spoken of. He kind of faded. He didn't get the attention and kudos that he deserved. But now you go and listen to his music. Dang, that man could sing. I mean, really? I mean, his songs, his albums, very underestimated singer, I mean, he didn't get the kudos that he should have. So, anyway, then we have the Judgment card, right? So she feels that in her life, her path that she chose, the way she chose to live her life, she's completely justified with that. And the Judgment card talks about Pluto. And it talks about forgiving and forgetting. So she understands that if there are people in life who did not necessarily accept her for who she are, she's so okay with it. She doesn't hate or anything. She's like, that's okay. I mean, that's fine. Oh, buddy, don't move my camera, baby. Okay, and I do believe that at times she has felt that she has been burned for no apparent reason, except that people didn't understand her work. Wrongly judged or wrongly judged. That's my Saint Bernard. Bernie, what are you doing, baby? Silly boy. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. So there have been times that even though she has won, because the Five of Pentacles is popping up on top of this guy, even though she has won in her mind, that didn't necessarily translate in terms of finances, right? And she did feel that she has been left out in the cold. That she feels that she should have been able to get more monetary, I don't know, she should have been able to have earned more or whatever. She feels like she didn't necessarily earn as much as she should have or could have. And also I feel like there is a lot of people in the art community who kind of thought her weird and kind of set her aside, if you will, kind of, which is very unfortunate. But then again, as an artist, you know, you're not going to fit with everything, right? Nine of Swords, a little bit of grief and anxiety. Queen of Wands, which is her. Knight of Wands, y'all, I'm not pulling any more cards for her. And then so what is her anxiety? What is her anxiety? Her anxiety is regarding a Knight of Wands. A Knight of Wands talks about, you know, a lusty and free-spirited person and creativity. But in this case, it's not a person. I feel like she is concerned about her creativity. She is concerned about being able to have the same level of creativity as she ages with life. She doesn't want to lose it because that's how she identifies herself. This is her. She identifies herself with her ability to be creative. It's not so much as resting on the past laurels, but she's afraid that, oh my God, what if a day comes where all the creative juices are gone? Like, I can't be creative. I can't envision anything. She's more worried about that. She's like, then what happens to me? Then who am I? So her whole identity is based and wrapped and intertwined over her ability to think creatively and come out with these new creative ideas. Okay? So, one more time, y'all. I am so tempted to pull just one card for the heck of it because I see no cups here. Absolutely no cups. Let's take a gander. It is not a cups card. It is the death card. And I will take this card because remember I just said she's afraid of losing her creativity. So she must be afraid of her mental ability to create. And yeah, I think that is kind of sort of going to kind of peter out, if you will. So, you know, it's like she's gone through that phase. And so that is probably why she's the Nine of Swords, that the amount of anxiety, because she feels that she's going to lose it. And yeah, she is going to. The death card talks about, you know, change and rebirth. So that cycle is going to kind of diminish and a new cycle is going to start. So yeah, at some point in time, she will lose her ability to create and be creative. Is she going to lose it all or just part of it or whatever? I don't know. I also wouldn't be surprised. And please, y'all, no offense meant. I mean, respect to the lady. You know, she's certainly somebody who is phenomenal. No disrespect to her, but I wouldn't be surprised if she's got some sort of a concern with regards to Parkinson's or Alzheimer's. That's what I sense. So I hope not. I truly hope I am wrong. And let me throw in a disclaimer. These are my observations, my opinions. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own diligence, do your own research, and form your own conclusions and opinions. Okay? So I'm going to stop this, and thank you so much for joining me on this little Tricky Tuesday kind of a thing. And again, I chose her not because I think there's anything tricky about her. Please know that. I said it in the beginning of the video itself. It's just that she's such a quirky, different type of a character. I thought, yeah, you know, because not many people can really understand or identify with her. So I figured this is a good, you know, case per se. So I hope you enjoyed it, and please do leave your comments, and I will see you in the next video. So let me turn this off simultaneously.